Hello there, fellow survivor. Welcome to Chernarus. I am Rovarth, and you look as though you've spent a few days adjusting to life here, trying to get your bearings. Like most things around here, the PS4 controls are sometimes learned as we go on, so I thought I could help with some of the more less obvious ones that I, in one form or another, have stumbled across. It's coming towards the end of another day, and we are close to another town that can be scavenged before nightfall. All Metal Gear-like, we should perhaps scope out the area before making our way in there. And to do that, you can get out a pair of binoculars or a scope attachment. But wait, was that another player I saw heading round the side of that building, or another zombie? If you want to be quick, we can zoom in on what is in front of us by double tapping L1. Just double tap again to return to your normal view. So whilst I mention L1, when you want to check your surroundings whilst moving, do you physically turn your character around with the use of the right stick to look behind you? Admittedly, I still do. But you can also press and hold L1 whilst running or walking straight. You will look behind you without turning your body. And this can be done in third or first person perspectives, with the only drawbacks being that it takes some getting used to, or maybe that's just me. And if you have a large backpack, then that may obstruct your view whilst in first person. Speaking of views, we do not have to remain in third person. We can head into first person view by double tapping R3. Whilst in first person, you can also toggle L1 to zoom into the area in front of you. Just a zombie. Let's stay in first person for now, and I can show you weapons from this perspective. Press and hold L2 to raise the weapon and aim using the crosshairs for hipfire. To then aim down sights, press R3. Further to aiming down the sights, you can also get a slight zoom in on your target by pressing and holding L3 to hold your breath in order to steady the weapon. Releasing L2 cancels all actions with the gun and lowers the weapon. If you have a scope such as the ATOG here, when pressing R3, it will as default aim down the iron sights. Press right on the D-pad to look through the scope. Press and hold right on the D-pad to return to iron sights. One last thing to mention with guns is the ability to quick load without swapping mags from your inventory screen. Previously, when a mag ran out, I would open my inventory screen to first unclip the mag by pressing square on the mag with the gun in my hands. This would then return the empty mag to the inventory. Then, highlight the replacement mag and press circle to combine it with the gun. You may already be aware by pressing the triangle on an empty gun, it will, by default, chamber around from your inventory if you have bullets and no magazine. And, if you have a magazine, it will load the mag and chamber the first round. Well, further to this, if you have any spare magazines for your firearm in the inventory, pressing the triangle button will replace an empty mag with a loaded magazine. By default, it will select the one with the most ammo. Then, further pressing triangle will swap between any loaded magazines from your inventory, and it will not swap to an empty mag by doing this. Just be careful who you aim your gun at. You are more likely to have someone fire at you when your gun is raised. Actually, that leads me to another point. There are a number of gestures the game provides you with, from communication to taunts. All have a use. Most of us will of course simply communicate using our voice through mic. However, holding the down button on the D-pad can be impractical, especially when you need to keep moving whilst talking. But you can get around this by double tapping the down button on the D-pad. This will keep your mic open, leaving you free to manoeuvre whilst talking. Close the mic again with another double tap of the down button. In my humble opinion, there are two types of gesture. Ones that take a few seconds to complete, and those that remain in place. To cancel a gesture without jumping up and down on the spot or firing off your gun, feeling like an idiot whilst alerting zombies and players to your location, simply press circle or R2. One gesture to cover in detail is the suicide gesture. This can be done in different ways, using a gun, a knife, or best pretend with your hand empty. Still, it is useful if you want to have a fresh spawn. Confirm this with R2, cancel with circle. Some random things may help here too. Ladders. Tricky things, random leg breakers, and slow to ascend. However, coming down can be sped up by sliding down. As you come down the ladder, press and hold L3. Also, did you know you can actually carry large items up a ladder? With the item in hand, here a barrel, walk up to the ladder and press square to get on as normal. The item will magically disappear. No need to worry, as once you reach the top, the item will reappear within your grasp once clear the ladder. Good to know if you intend to hide your base on, say, a rooftop. Furthermore, with items that are held in hand, such as a tent or barrel, these can be transferred to another server by ensuring the item is in your hands when logging out. Please note, the first time you log out, the item will not show. Just re-enter the server and leave once more, and the item will now be shown on your character screen. When update 1.04 hits PlayStation 4, I'll do a quick video on the new controls for throwing, and any changes to existing ones. Good luck out there, survivor, and if you're able to impart some knowledge for other survivors, please comment below.